My name is Courtney. I have one child, a little girl. She's 9.5, and my husband and my dog started looking into educational theories and ideas, maybe when she was around 2. And I knew I loved Maria Montessori theory and her principles and her foundation in God and teaching children in a practical way. However, our community didn't support that type of endeavor, and so I stumbled upon the idea of homeschooling. And my impression of homeschooling prior to starting was that it would be challenging. It was different, and I liked different, and it was oppositional to what everybody else was doing. And usually that means it's a good thing, especially if you hear God telling you to do it. And so, yeah, I liked it from the very beginning. Surprised me most about homeschooling? Probably just that it's so free. I think people feel like they're bound by laws and rules that they don't understand, but really, it's just so free and it's so awesome. That's surprising to me. I actually learned about HEAV through my local support group in my community, through a resource fair that was going on, and there was a representative there because there were workshops, and then there were local homeschooling parents there giving workshops, and that's how I learned about it. Now I am actually on the board for that same support group. I think HEAV sets the standard on reminding you to not make it complicated. It gives you resources and provides you that sense of community and unity and what we're trying to instill in our kids and for our neighbors, right? So it helps us know what to say and how to support and how to encourage. And that's what I bring back in my role to the community I serve. I'm so thankful that the support group that I have in my community kind of models and tries to not replicate, but uses the resources that HEAV has to then teach it to our community. And so it almost sets a standard on what these smaller communities or at a local level needs to really provide. And it keeps you focused on what you need to provide and doesn't get into tiny details and get lost along the way. It keeps you centered on let's take a second and think about the law and what is it that God is leading you to do for your child and not fall in the mold of what somebody else is doing. And HEAV always provides that. It's their mission to do it, and they do it so great. And in every avenue that they teach or they encourage or a workshop that they have, it's always a good reminder and support for the parent to know, I do have these freedoms. I just sometimes get lost in my thinking. Thank you so much for leading me back and just giving me what I want to hear. Even though I haven't been to convention, go and join, because I think that it's a direct connection to support. And you may think that you could do this alone, but it really takes a village. I mean, and you may have the conviction of God to raise your child this way, but there is absolutely no way that you can know everything and navigate certain things and understand the resources available within the community, unless you have that organization there to guide you in that way. So get connected. Don't pass it up. I think that people are scared of what they don't know. And it's really not that hard. Not that it's not emotionally difficult or raising your child isn't, or some of the material isn't hard, but the process in Virginia, man, do we have freedoms and do we have rights, and people have worked so hard to make that law what it is. And if you just take a second to learn it, you'll realize that I could do it, and I'm going to learn along the way. And then another thing that people really try to do is just replicate a government-run school. They miss the point. They miss the idea of the freedom that homeschooling gives and that connection with their child, because it's supposed to be one-on-one connection. That's what the conviction is. And I think a lot of people just feel that, oh no, I need to just do what they do at a school where my kid came from, so it's an easy transition, and they totally miss it. And they move through year after year, and hopefully eventually they get it, that aha moment of, oh man, this is amazing. And so I feel that some people just don't understand it and they don't take the time. And that's sad, because you could really be missing what God is convicting you to do. I think it's really important to advocate for homeschooling as a whole, but really express the almost as a witness to how it's changed my kid's life and my family's life as a whole. Even my dog, we're home with my dog, and it's great in that capacity, and to be able to support another family and just walk alongside them. I mean, isn't that what Jesus would do? And so it's really, really important to embrace the community and be that person and be a good listener for what their needs are, so you know how to help them, even if it's not something that you're currently doing. HEAV is right there, right, for those resources. So that connection and just making it happen for people, oh, it's so awesome.